IVM.
$100. That's all it takes to begin your journey with Bitcoin and Ethereum. No, really. With CoinSwitch, you can start investing in over 100 cryptocurrencies with just 100 rupees. On top of that, there are zero charges for deposits and withdrawals, so you can trade, buy, sell, however and whenever you want. All of this, plus their extremely intuitive interface, makes CoinSwitch the perfect app for beginners in the crypto space. But don't take my word for it. Just download CoinSwitch for free and try it out for yourself. If you'd like more information on cryptocurrencies, tune into a show about crypto with me, Rohan Joshi, my new adventure on IVM podcasts. CoinSwitch, kuch to badlega.
Here's your smart fact of the day. So what does Shoshin mean? Shoshin is a word from Zen Buddhism, which means beginner's mind. It refers to having an attitude of openness, eagerness, and lack of preconceptions when studying a subject, even when studying at an advanced level, just as a beginner would. Having a beginner's mind means you approach the world through a beginner's eyes. And this word, Shoshin, is something that I would love to share with you because it is something that will make us all smarter. Welcome to Smarter with Sid. And this is my 200th episode. And I want to talk about the beginner's mind today. So often I've been asked this question. So how do you do it, Sid? How do you come up with new ideas for all the episodes that you're doing on podcasts or whether you're teaching and stuff like that. And I really feel chuffed when I'm hearing this because it makes me feel nice. It makes me feel proud about the fact that I can do something which a lot of people can't. And I was wondering whether I can share what I do in order to keep this beginner's mind, which helps me come up with these new ideas every single time when I'm thinking about a subject. So I thought, having done about 200 odd episodes, this is my 200th of this podcast, wherein, I'm sharing these new concepts, new thoughts, new ideas to make, a bit of a difference to everybody, whoever is listening to it. Maybe most of the times, if not all the times, maybe sometimes, maybe a little bit, who knows? But the whole idea is to make sure that we look at life through a beginner's mind. Now, if I look at a beginner's mind, let's try to understand what a beginner's mind is in the first place. I mean, if I can go slowly, maybe avoid prejudging things, maybe break down the topic into different building blocks, get curious by becoming like a 5-year-old child, or maybe eliminating all the buts, maybe shoulds from my vocabulary. Those are things that are easier said than done. And I don't think that those are leading us anywhere because they are treating a beginner's mind mostly like a skill that you have to learn. And that makes it really difficult. The reason why it becomes difficult for it to be treated, a beginner's mind to be treated as a skill, is because then we think we need to learn something in order for us to unlearn something. Now that is so crazy, right? Because the whole idea towards unlearning something cannot be only a skill. Sure, a few tactical hacks here and there can help. The hacks that help me, I'm going to outline first, but I'm going to tell you what can maybe help us have a beginner's mind is something which goes beyond a skill. So let's look at the skills first, and then let's look at maybe the potential mantra for a beginner's mind later on. So what has genuinely helped me from a skill perspective is teaching. So when I'm teaching something, I am trying to teach something which is perhaps complex, perhaps difficult to understand, into its building. I convert it into its building blocks and I try to make it as simple as I potentially can. Obviously not simpler than that, otherwise it will just be nonsense. But as simple as I can when I'm trying to explain it to any class that I've got. Now these classes are, maybe undergraduates, postgraduates, even working professionals, maybe I'm consulting somebody. So they are at different levels of experience. And teaching always helps because it helps me understand whether I have understood something enough to break it down to first principles. So that's the first thing, first skill. The second is meditation. strangely enough, when I'm meditating, it helps to completely clear my head and to make sure that I am doing justice to something that I'm trying to make happen, but from a fresh perspective. So, meditation certainly helps. A lot of times, relaxation helps. So, if I'm watching some Netflix series or doing some actual, what I call time pass in quotes, I am actually utilizing my beginner's mind. The fourth thing that genuinely helps is walking. If I'm walking, I tend to release some dopamine and serotonin or whatever the hell those chemicals may be in a manner that just makes me have a different perspective to things. Now, in addition to these, which I can certainly vouch for, there are many more. Like, for example, if you argue with yourself, if you see both sides of the fence, that could be a very good way of having a beginner's mind, because you're seeing the other side of the fence. Or you could maybe just look at nature or look at the stars to understand how small you are and how much of stuff you really don't know, and the joy and wonder that exists when we step out of our skin. Now, these are all hacks which can help us to quickly switch things up and look at the same thing afresh. In fact, one of the best hacks is to, if you normally walk, right, on one side of the road, walk over or across to the other side of the road and see what you see when you go to the other side of the road and walk from there. The reason why I'm saying this is because eventually it is about breaking some habit. We are all creatures of habit, and there is a very good reason why, as we grow up and grow older, we lose that beginner's mind. And that is because it actually is useful for us. It becomes useful for us not to have a beginner's mind, because we are now kind of relegating all the unnecessary stuff towards habit and towards routine that helps us focus on the things that we are trying to achieve. And that is a good thing. So let's recognize that not having a beginner's mind all the time is also a good thing. And then consciously breaking it, saying, okay, this is a very routinized thing that I'm doing. Can I look at it differently? Can I look at this pillow differently? Can I look at this tree differently? Can I look at this road differently? Certainly helps. So all of these are hacks or at the skill level. Now let's look at something slightly deeper. And the slightly deeper thing is that of an attitude. I think a beginner's mind is more of an attitude rather than a set of skills or hacks that we have to learn. Because when we are looking at it from an attitude perspective, we are going to certainly look at a different approach towards life. So when we consciously say, hey, I'm going to be really genuinely curious about this other person's perspective, even though every fiber in my being makes me feel that it's not the right thing. Maybe I'll learn something here. Or maybe I'll learn something by looking at something completely differently. Maybe I will just be able to unlock a completely different perspective for myself that will help me. So a beginner's mind is an attitude, and an attitude that we have to inculcate. So it is something that we can certainly learn, because when we look at skills, maybe you have it, maybe you don't. And then you say, this guy is just too bright and he comes up with some great ideas and all. We've all said that about some creative person that we know. But I think that those skills start off with an attitude, and that attitude is, let me be curious, let me look like a fool, let me ask the really stupid questions, let me actually get some really wonderful, wonderful answers. And that attitude ends up in crazy ideas a lot of times. And that attitude ends up with wonderful thoughts sometimes. And then you can share those thoughts. And I feel that if we do this consciously rather than always have a beginner's mind, then we will not be mistaken for a fool, but we can be mistaken for somebody who has the ability to switch. And then that becomes a skill, from somebody who's experienced worldly wise to somebody who can look at things with the joy and wonder of a 5-year-old child looking at life with a beginner's mind. And that's what I'm proposing I'm going to do the next year, when I'm going with more than 200 episodes and on to the next plate. I'm going to look at each and every episode of this podcast and all the classes that I go for with a beginner's mind, as usual. And I'm encouraging you to join me in this wonderful journey. Life's beautiful when you know how to look at things in a beautiful way. I hope you liked this episode of Smarter with Sid. I remain your traveling professor, the one you can connect to on LinkedIn and on Instagram. And if you like podcasts like these, well, just go down to IVM. They've got some wonderful stuff waiting for you. Until next time, with a beginner's mind. Ciao.
Hey everybody, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Advertising is Dead, Varun Duggirala talks to Divyanshu Damani, co-founder and CEO at Tag Mango. The two discuss how content creators can monetize their content, going beyond the traditional ads and brand deals. On The Habit Coach, Ashton is in conversation with Ashna Modi, clinical psychologist at ASA Wellness. They discuss the habit of deservability and gratitude. On Probation Se Promotion Tak, host Abhinav talks about business networking and teaches us how to enhance those networking skills. On The Longest Constitution, Priya gives us a peek into the history of caste-based discrimination and how our constitution is committed to overcoming that. And on The Musafir Stories, the hosts are joined by author and poet Mihir Vatsa. They discover the plateau town of Hazaribagh. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And also do check out our YouTube channels. We have a number of them. You can get them on ivmpodcast.com/YouTube. And remember, if you're enjoying this show, or any of our other shows for that matter, please do tell a friend. It really does help us spread the word. And finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors for the network this week, Cred, Bank of Baroda, CoinSwitch, Kuber, Intel, and Oxfam India. Thank you so much for making this possible.
Have you ever wondered where the business world is headed? How the ways in which we create, market, and sell to consumers will evolve? Or if we'll ever go back to wearing pants while working? For answers to all of this and more, tune into Advertising is Dead with me, Varun Duggirala. Every Tuesday, as I talk to entrepreneurs, leaders, and change makers from across business, media, marketing, and beyond. You can catch all episodes of Advertising is Dead on the IVM Podcast website, app, or wherever you get your podcasts from.